Welcome to the D, baby.
313 Detroit's love, the Motor City. Detroit's love, can't nothing stop me. Detroit's love, I love my city. Detroit's love.
Welcome to another episode, Middle Ground with JLE L.L.C, where we treat you like family. That's the theme song, Detroit Love, from my first album, the JLE Experience. We have another amazing guest for you today. We have the Executive Director of Courtney Jones Care and Cure Foundation, Alisha Jones, JD. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you, Jeffrey?
How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. It's about this awesome thing you're doing. First, what led you to this path?
Well, I mean, it's not a sweet story as far as like what led me to this path. My 10-year-old daughter was diagnosed with leukemia lymphoma cancer in 2017, in January of 2017. And from that diagnosis, she, dealt with all of the pain and suffering that a child deals with in fighting cancer. And fast forward nearly a year and a half after her diagnosis, she passed away.
Sorry to hear that.
During the time of her battle with cancer was a very difficult one. She wanted to help other kids, and she wanted to, make sure that once she overcame her battle, that she was going to be able to be a blessing to other kids and other families. And that time never came for her to put her hands on this, initiative. However, her spirit is all over it, and I'm led by her. I'm guided by her and her desire and passion to help others. And that's what I'm trying to do. I started this foundation not long after she passed away. And yeah, and our focus is to help children and families dealing with pediatric cancer, children and teens and young adults fighting cancer.
So, how would someone, if they're dealing with this, when they contact you, what would be the next steps?
Yeah. So our path is through the hospitals. So the hospitals where the children are receiving their treatment, they're the first line. They're the ones that identify who are the patients and what their needs are. So I never have to go through any vetting of anyone or anything like that. When you are in treatment, and currently it's in the Northeast Ohio area, but as we grow and as we spread out and prosper, we'll be able to reach out to other areas. Detroit, you guys are not far from us, so hopefully, that'll be an area that we'll be able to branch out into. But right now, we're mostly in Northeast Ohio, the Cleveland, Akron, area. And the hospitals here, the participating hospitals right now, we've done work in the with University Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. Many people are familiar with Cleveland Clinic Children's Hospital and Akron Children's Hospital. So we've done things with them, and they're free to reach out to us and they have, and let us know what it is that they need and what it is that we can do to help kids and their families.
So I just want to dive that just a smidgen more. What services do you provide so someone listening that might need this know what y'all do?
Yeah. So, based on our experience with my daughter having been diagnosed with cancer, and she and our family dealing with it for the length of time that we did, we had a pretty unique perspective in seeing what that struggle was like, the things that families suffered through when their kid is in the hospital.
Mhm.
Um, just seeing the kind of pain that children suffer when they're fighting the disease, the kind of treatments and chemotherapies and radiations and surgeries and procedures, and it's really hard. And in dealing with all of that, these families need support and the kids need uplifting.
Mhm.
So, like my daughter, she had blood clots, and so she, as a 10-year-old, was very scared of receiving like injections in her stomach of this, type of blood thinners, and any she really hated like needles. But that
I
was really
understand
a
that.
yeah, I mean, most of us, grown-ups are. She was, braver than, most adults. But as a kid, I mean, yeah, she was definitely scared of that, but she had to do it, and she did it, and I love to see her, rewarded for her bravery, and in dealing with all the things that she did. So whenever she got something like, a toy or a stuffed animal,
Okay.
or like a gift card, we used to sit in her hospital bed, or she in the bed and me on the couch, and we just do online shopping, and just something that's going to lift her spirit, and make her feel good and take her mind off of just the things that she's dealing with. And we wanted that same thing for for other kids. So we decided for our foundation, as one of the pillars of our mission is to help create moments of joy. And we do that by providing our signature rolling comfort cases. And those
Okay.
cases are luggage, rolling luggage that you take on a flight. And hopefully, after these kids are done with their treatment, they will be able to travel and go wherever their little hearts pleases.
Amen.
But for now, these kids are admitted to the hospital a lot, or they're there for very long periods of times, weeks or months. So we provide these suitcases so that they have a place to bring their personal items back and forth. They don't have to put their things in you know grocery store bags, or
Yeah.
little
That was
temporary bags. You
happening
know
in the
how we work, make things work,
hospital.
and we transport all kind of things. So I want them to feel good about having something that they can put their personal items in. We stock those cases um, with 10-foot phone chargers. We put Amazon or Walmart gift cards in them, so they can do online shopping. We put lap desks in them so that if they wanted to sit up and do some artwork or do some homework, they'd be able to do that. We put journals in there, blankets. A lot of times it's, whatever our organization's able to, to find that we think would be, fun or exciting. We put like little tabletop games, playing cards. We put all kinds of things in these cases. Um, and we hope that those things will help bring some joy to those kids for that time being. So that's one of the things that we do. We give the hospital those cases, and the hospital distributes them. They determine, the patients that are in need of that type of care and support.
Okay.
Um, During the holidays, um, we adopt families, and we will take care of their expenses for the family's Christmas shopping. We will take care of families' expenses for Thanksgiving dinners, and so I mean, we adopt several families from multiple hospitals. We do all three hospitals during the holidays because we know that is a tough time for for families, and and usually because it's a kid, you don't want to leave that kid in the hospital by themselves. So
Mhm.
um, a parent is usually there with them most of the time. And that means that if they're there with the kid most of the time, then they're probably not able to work. So they're dealing with the financial and emotional and uh, stress of dealing with the diagnosis, but they need help. So that's why we do what we do during the holidays and throughout the year. The hospitals literally can call us any time of the year and say, we there's a family we think could use your help, and we think your organization is the best ones to help. And we've never had to say no. We've been able to answer every call and satisfy every need because I know how important it is.
Now,
Yeah.
have any grief counselors or organizations partner with you to
Yeah.
do that?
So our main partnership is with Case Western Reserve University. And Case Western Reserve has a comprehensive cancer center.
Okay.
So we work with, partner with Case Western Reserve Comprehensive Cancer Center, and we provide uh, funding for research. And one of our, because my child, she's a black kid. I have a son.
Hmm.
um she had dreams and wanted to be a doctor, and my
Wow.
son, he's graduating from high school. He just graduated and he's going into nursing school. But one of the things that we noticed was there were not very many blacks and brown people in the highest levels of the medical field. The researchers, the uh, oncologists, and those people that would have come in my daughter's room and treated her, they didn't look like her. They didn't look like our family. So what we do with Case Western Reserve is we fund a summer internship program, and it's called the Courtney Jones Summer Scholars Program. And through that program, for this summer, we are funding 4 students to engage in cancer research at Case Western Reserve Case Comprehensive Cancer Center. So we're really proud of that. We believe that putting minority children in a position to learn and be exposed may kind of light that fire in them and give them the opportunity to be amazing. They may be the ones that come up with the cure. But if we help give them that portal into the system and access to top scientists, top researchers, top, medical facilities, then that's what we're trying to do. And we also get to advance cancer research and pediatric cancer research.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome because it's definitely not a very strong representation.
yeah, we
Um,
know that, there's a disparity in healthcare. And, a part of that entire spectrum is um, just making sure that our youth have an opportunity to have access.
mhm.
We have to give them that opportunity. So any way that I can, we want to create opportunities for youth to enter the field of cancer research and medical oncology as a provider or practitioner in cancer care, and make a career out of it. And I think this is just a start, but I mean, we got to start somewhere, and it might be one of our students that
That's
come
true.
up with, a great treatment, or or whatever it is that we need that might help save somebody's life. So that's
Have
what I'm hoping.
there been headways in the pediatric cancer research so far? In that
Yes.
program?
Well, there has been, been progress over the years. Um, it seems like um, the survival rate has improved for certain types of cancer. Some
Okay.
types of cancer, the survival rate has not increased at all because there's not
Wow.
enough funding for the research. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that there is, adequate funding. And we're going to start where we are. They say, grow where you're planted. This is where we are.
Yeah.
We're grassroots, and everyone that I can reach out to and touch and tell our story, I'm hoping that, the support grows. And because we're small, I feel that, we get to dictate where the funds go, what we're doing. We're not some big, organization. We're
Yeah.
100% volunteer. Like nobody is being paid to do any of this, like anything. So, with hundreds of children that are, in the area receiving some type of treatment, whether they're at the beginning of a diagnosis or, in remission and receiving um, care and medication just to make sure that they stay cancer free. We want to be there and we want to support them. And it's not just the kids, it's the families.
Yes.
I mean, we take meals to the hospital. We deliver meals to the hospital so these kids don't have to have hospital food every day. My daughter, she used to love getting, fast food or have her grandfather deliver, ice cream or, whatever it is that she wanted. We will, deliver like catered meals, to the hospital so that these kids will have like a fun day, a fun, dinner that them and their families and the hospital staff can enjoy. So we do a lot.
Come back. Hello?
Yep, yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, and I had to start buffering for a minute. Devil is alive. What's
Oh,
good?
okay. Yeah, no, nope. No, I can see you for sure. So
Now,
yeah, we do lots of things. Hmm.
do y'all have Meals on Wheels in the Northeast Ohio area
We do have Meals
or
on
something
Wheels.
like
I
that?
know that seniors receive that type of care, but I don't
I mean, maybe there might
believe
be
that that
another.
is anything that's. Say it again.
I mean, maybe there might be another company of something similar that might be able to partner with you to bring those meals to the hospitals.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I think what the kids like those restaurant meals
Okay.
that they're used to. They want the Chick-fil-A's delivered. They want,
Okay.
that's what they
I
want.
understand.
So we wanna treat them and, give them, what it is they want, something that's gonna be fun and enjoyable, and not anything that's going to seem institutional like at all. So that's
They want
kind
the
of
good
what we
stuff.
do.
I
Yeah.
got that.
Yeah. But I mean, one of the things I'm looking forward to, so I live in Twinsburg, Ohio, and it is a small city, um, kind of between Cleveland and Akron. And every year the city does a Twins Days festival,
Oh,
and people
nice.
from all yeah, and people from all around the world come to Twinsburg every year if they're like a multiple, if they're like a twin or a triplet or something like that.
Wow.
So
Okay.
so I know. So if you know twins, you ask them if they've ever heard of like Twins Days. But we started having a booth there, and just kind of introducing our organization to the community. And so, just for the last, few years, we've been able to do that, and we look forward to doing that this August. We go to various community fairs and events like that, and share our story. And we want people to know who we are. We don't want the only names in cancer to be St. Jude, who does a great job, or there are lots of other organizations that are big. We're small, but we are effective, and people will know that at the top of the organization, which is myself, I know the needs of these children and the families. And I've surrounded myself with people who knew my daughter and knew the struggle that we dealt with, and they have a passion for helping these families because they know about the experience as well.
Oh well, after this show, you're gonna be start going global. People gonna come to you for help. We already we planting that seed now.
That would be
I ain't
nice.
worried about it. I ain't worried about
All right, Jeffrey, you're gonna speak
it.
it
I'm like,
into
man,
existence.
I'm like, Jay, I got on your show and these people hollering at me, these people like, that's right. You doing
we
some good stuff.
we
And
we blew up. I had to, yeah, but no, we're hey, I do, I
help out
have
what?
we have an entire team of volunteers. We just recently had our very first kind of fundraising gala, and it was an
Okay.
awesome event. Um, Yeah, it was our first thing, but we'd been waiting to do it for over 2 years. We planned to do it pre-COVID, and COVID shut us down. So the first opportunity we had to do it, we jumped right on it.
Man,
And
COVID.
man, we were able to say, we were able to make some money. And I met with our resources at Case Western Reserve this week, and we are ready to pledge again to support more students for next year. So we're fully funded for our pledge
Amen.
for student research this year. And I'm praying that, going into next year, we are fully funded, for that as well. This year was, just $15,000. But I mean, for a small organization like ours, and a big organization like Case Western Reserve, it may seem like a drop in the bucket, but it's allowing those students, again, like I said, that portal to get into
Hmm.
cancer research and get around the scientists that we know that are at a top institution like Case Western Reserve and Cleveland Clinic and University Hospital and all that. So um, I'm excited for those kids, and I'm excited to be able to fund them for next summer as well. And they get a stipend. They're like paid to do this research. They get paid like $1,000. Gosh, I can't remember what it is. $1,000 a month during their research, just as a small stipend, for the
Hmm.
for the months over the summer. But that's what we want. We want them to put a little change in their pocket. There's an expense to having to drive down to the university, and all of that. So we want to help give them that exposure and that experience.
Well, I'm in agreement with you when two agree. God going in
Yeah,
behalf, and I got faith like a mustard seed, so I already know
yeah.
help is on the way.
That's
It's
what
coming.
that's what we want.
I ain't worried
That's
about it.
ex- that's exactly what we want. So um yeah, I'm praying on it. I've been praying on it. We've been able to grow every year. Our first year, I mean, we were only able to do um just adopting a couple of families
Mhm.
and funding like Thanksgiving dinners. But during that time, and throughout this entire time, I can say, like, I'm smiling now, but there's a lot of grief and healing that is still
Oh,
having to go on, in my heart. And losing my daughter,
hmm.
um, my only daughter, she was,
World
I mean,
changing.
she meant so much to me. I mean, I love her and I miss her every day. And, just losing her and knowing the pain of losing a child is different from any other kind of pain. I've lost my mother, I've lost my grandmother. I know pain and I know loss, but losing a child is like, it's pretty unimaginable, for those who have not experienced it. And I wouldn't wish it on anybody. But yeah, I do what I can. Um, as my spirit allows me to, as I'm able to, as the grief process allows me to. So yeah, it's tough, but I mean, I'm motivated, I'm passionate, and I have the will and the drive of my daughter telling me, "Mommy, this is what we said we were going to do, and you just got to do it. You just got to find a way." And for that, I have to do it. I have to do it for her. I have to do it for the kids that are, on each of these hospital floors here in Northeast Ohio and all the other places, that are not um, receiving support right now. We want to reach them. We want to get to them because we know that they need the help. There was a medicine that my daughter needed that was $12,500 for 2 doses that
Wow.
was not covered by insurance. They said, "No, we can't cover it because she was in a clinical trial. It was was experimental. So it was a trial." And I was able to stay on the phone, days on end,
Mhm.
appealing and praying, and I was able to get that, medicine paid for. There are a lot of people that are not in my position that,
Mhm.
would be able to do that. Um, and I know that. I mean, I have a law degree. I know that I have a certain set of skills that, that I bring to, you know, getting some of the things that I want and what I needed for my daughter, but I know that everybody is not in that position. So I think about, a mom or a dad or a caregiver hearing the news that, yeah, there's a medicine that your child needs, but it's, $15,000, and for all the doses they'll need, it's $30,000 out of pocket. Um, what can you do? You feel hopeless. You feel, helpless. So I don't know. We just got to find a way to help them. Just got to find a way.
Yeah, I mean, you're a real life superhero because you took your daughter's vision and brought it to life, and you find a good fight every day.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying for sure.
I believe anybody watching, if it's on God's heart for them, they're going to reach out to your website, CourtneyJonesCaringCure.org,
Hmm.
to see how they
Yeah,
can help or
yeah.
donate.
So
Whatever they
yeah,
can.
our website. There's a donate button on there. You can, donate. A single gift, any small gift or larger gift, any recurring gift. Um, there are several companies that when you give, you can ask if your company offers a matching program. And we've been able to receive funds matched by people's employers for their donations. So we've turned a $500 donation into 1,000, just
Amazing.
by
Awesome.
yeah, just by talking to your bosses and your employers or your HR department and say, "Hey, do we have a program?" This organization, this pediatric cancer organization, they're a 501(c)(3) IRS charitable um, program, and for that there's accountability. We have things that we have to do and reporting that we have to do, and um, and I want to be a good steward of the funds that we receive, and we are doing that. So,
And it's a
yeah,
great cause.
it's a great
I'm pretty
cause,
sure you can write it off. If you a
and
nice
you can
company got some credit, you can write it off.
get
It's
that
good
tax
for you plan.
deduction.
because you're
Get
helping
that
out,
tax deduction. Yes,
trying to save
absolutely.
for the kids. If you do, hey, it's like all
That's
wins all the way around to help
that's
out.
right.
Great cause.
And the thing is, we all know somebody that has cancer. We've, we know that it's painful and it's a struggle.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of funding that's earmarked for pediatric cancer. So that
That's
is
great.
our focus. That's our focus. And I want to see kids have better outcomes, and that's
Mhm.
it's gonna happen. I mean, we can send a man to the moon. We can
Yep,
do all kinds of
we figure
things.
this out.
Like, I mean, we figured out COVID in what, like less than 2 years. I mean, we're working on it. I mean, we should be able to figure this out. We just have to put our minds to it, and come together, and just say that it's important, and we can do it. So I'm gonna do my part, and I'm reaching out to all the rest of y'all, asking, for the help so that we can, get it done, and help save some lives and lift some up along the way.
Absolutely. I'll make sure I donate. Do what I can.
Yay.
So I ain't just on my show just running my mouth. Then you be like, oh, he's just talking. No, I don't do wolf tickets. What I say is what it is.
Hey, you know what? And I want people to understand too that donations can happen in a lot of different ways. And we talked about, financial, but one of the things that people can do is, donate blood. When kids are in the hospital, like my daughter had a blood cancer, leukemia, and it's summertime. So, for whatever reason, whether it's a child or an adult that has a blood disorder, or
Mhm.
someone that needs a surgery, you can give blood. Everybody can do something. So even if your donation and your blessing is not a financial one at any given time, um, call up the Red Cross, and you can donate and give blood, because my daughter, she received so many blood transfusions,
Mhm.
to help keep her going. So, reach out, and you can talk to me if you want to talk about something that you think you can do. Sometimes volunteering, um, there might be things that you can do from near or far. We can figure it out. But there are a lot of ways to to help, and say, I'm gonna get in the game. I'm not just gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be about it. I'm gonna do something. I've been saying that I'm gonna do something, so now's the time to really do it. And we can make it really easy for you.
That's true. Now, with your law degree, how has that helped you on this journey?
Yeah, well, it has helped me in that, um, the filings and getting this organization, up and running, because it is so near and dear to my heart. It was not going to be something that would be easy for me to turn over to somebody to say, hey, do this or file that or figure this out. I'm not that kind of person. I I needed to know how I wanted to build this organization from the foundation, the nuts and bolts and everything. So I was able to, to do our filings and to create our founding documents, and everything. I just wanted to do it myself, and I had the ability to do it, and we have not stumbled along the way. I'm glad that, and I believe that my education and experience, most of my experience is in insurance and claims. So, but there's a little skill transference that I have been able to use in
Mm.
developing and building a nonprofit, and kind of being entrepreneurial and developing and building this organization. It's a lot of new skills and a lot of new, just things that I've had to do that I've not had to do professionally before. But
Mhm.
now's the time, and I'm gonna rise to the challenge, and I'm gonna take care of it. So
Oh yeah, you doing it. Told you a
I'm
superhero.
doing I'm doing it. And I got a great team of people that's, that's helping me do it. It's just something I definitely know I can't do alone. I have the support of, my husband, my son, who is now 17.
Mhm.
He was 13 years old when my daughter passed away. So he's grown up with the process of, grief, but he's also grown to know that he's in a household that is community minded and philanthropic. And he knows that that's just what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be a giver in this world, and that's what I want to see. I want to encourage other kids. We get kids involved in this program. She was a
Okay.
sixth grader. Yeah, my daughter was a sixth grader when she passed away. So a lot of the kids that were in her class, they're the ones that gave us the first founding dollars to start this organization. Her classmates in her school, they did like basket raffles. They raised $6,000, and that was
Wow.
the seed money that started our organization because they knew that that's what Courtney wanted. So if it weren't for children and them going to their parents and say, "Mom and Dad, I need you to give, I need you to help my classmate, she passed away and I want
Mhm.
to help other kids." It was the kids that really kickstarted this organization. And I will always and forever be, grateful. And I want children and young people to know that they have power and they can really, you know, do things and make a difference in this world. When they think, "Oh, I'm young, what can I do?" You can do it. You get together with other people and you can make it happen. So yeah, we're here because of kids, because Courtney was a kid and said this needed to be done, because her classmates in her community got together and said, "We want to support this kid."
Blown away
And
by wow.
so kids,
We need to do better if
yeah.
kids doing that. We really
Kids
need
are
to do better.
doing it. Kids are doing it. Yeah.
Wow. So I always ask everybody, well, do you have anything else you need to advertise about this before I ask this question?
And I would just say that we are small, but we're doing the work of much bigger organizations. Like I said, we've not had to tell any of the social workers, child life specialists, anyone who has reached out to us, we've not had to tell them no. I will find a way. We have found a way, um, even in times of um, severe terminal illness of some of these kids. We have found a way. The hospitals have reached out to us, and I don't want to say that that's kind of become like a niche of ours, but
Mhm.
they know that when time is of the essence, because a child may have a terminal disease of their cancer, and they reach out to us, and we're able to help that family in a short order of time. We've been able to do a photo shoot, so families had their lasting memories captured with the child and their family. And I believe it was about not even 2 months after she had her photo shoot, this young child, she was 6 years old, her name's Gigi, and she passed away. And
Oh,
there's another young man who we were told that he he had brain cancer, and his diagnosis was terminal. And the hospital reached out to us and said, "This young man, he would like a um, just a movie, like time in a movie theater, just
okay.
with him and his family, because these kids are very immune compromised. He can't go to like a movie theater or amusement park with a whole bunch of people." So we arranged to have the entire theater just for him and his family. So one of those theaters where you can order the food, and so we just had the whole spread for for him and his whole family and his best friend. And he
Man,
wanted to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog, and we gonna lay it out for him because we want to make sure that they and their families have these memories, because I that's all I have of my daughter are memories, and I know how much they will mean to these families. So we've been able to bless them with that.
man, that's amazing. The work you're doing is very amazing and humbling.
Okay.
Now, ask this
Well, thank
question.
you for allowing us to share our story. I mean, what you're doing is amazing, because you give us that platform, and you just give us the opportunity, and you reach out, and like you say, you treat your guests like family, and we can just talk and chop it up and just get whatever's on our heart out, and um, blessings will flow. I'm sure of it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna reach out to people I know, see can I help you.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
I'm throw the best signal. We'll see what we can do, man. You're doing something awesome, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do all I can to make sure the help you need is on the way.
Hey, that'd be great. Thank you. Thank you. And thank to all of your listeners as well. So,
Yeah, because we got them across the globe now. Germany, UK, you listening? Please help if you can.
Courtney Jones, careandcure.org. Look us up.
What advice would you have for someone trying to find their purpose? Because it seemed this was Courtney's purpose before her untimely passing.
Yeah. I would say listen to your heart. And I would say to be brave and step out on faith. I would say that if I thought a whole lot about what it would take to get this organization up and running, and all of the details, I might have been too scared to do it.
Okay.
So, but I just stepped out on faith, and I knew it was important. I felt like I didn't have a choice. I felt like I had to do it. So if it's something you're very passionate about, just don't let anything stand in your way. Just step out of your comfort zone. I mean, I'm talking to you. I'm doing things that I would not have done before, but it's my
Phenomenal.
passion and my drive. It's just like the mission tells me what to do. So I would tell people just to step out on faith and just connect yourself with people who care as much or nearly as much as you do, and just keep moving forward.
I mean, you and your daughter are phenomenal given it was on her at an early age that we need to create this. And for you to
Yeah.
take that mantle and bring it to life. It's
Right,
phenomenal.
right. I mean, kids have been dying of leukemia for I don't know, decades and years, since probably the beginning. And we have enough resources where we should be able to you know just eradicate this as a problem, across the board. Any of these cancers, like, we just got to figure it out. So, and I
We gotta
just
do
heard
better.
this week that there was some development in pancreatic cancer. So
Okay.
progress is being made. Progress is being made. We hear things about breast cancer. Progress is being made. It's just where we decide to put our time and attention and commitment. And so that's what
I
I'm
agree.
doing. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for reaching out to share this amazing, humbling story and what you're doing and whatever I can do to help further it, because help on the way.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeffrey.
Anybody gotta say, hey, you gotta help. I'll do
That's,
it.
that's right. That's right.
For the
And you
kids.
kept me together. I didn't even. I teared up a little bit, but I held it together. So I'm glad for that. You didn't have to see you and your guests didn't have to see me break down. So I'm
Oh,
glad for that.
I'm up here trying not to
I'm a crybaby. I'm a
man,
crybaby.
you out here
Anytime
crying, Jeff. I'm like,
I,
dang,
I look at, I look
hey, you
across.
came
I'm
on
looking at
like
a
this. Wow.
I'm looking at a picture of my daughter right now, and she's my heart. And that picture behind me is
Sure.
our logo, the Courtney
Okay.
Jones Care and Cure Foundation logo. But the little girl in the middle is from a drawing that she drew
Wow.
when she was in art therapy at the hospital. She used to spend a lot of times in the arts and craft room, and she would just paint and just try and take her mind off everything. So I incorporated her drawing. So our logo looks a little different, but it has that one element of it that is, just from her hand. So I just wanted to keep that and make it unique. And so
It's
that's why
perfect.
our look, yeah, it's perfect.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
brought it to life.
Yeah.
I know she's like, keep going.
Yeah.
What you talked
I
about,
don't
like,
have a choice. She's
you
kicking me in the butt like every day over something. I'm like, sheesh. That's all
but
right.
I know she's proud because it's helping
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, for
And that was
sure.
her thought and purpose.
Yeah.
I definitely want to thank you for sharing. And it's okay to put your email with when I put up the information so they can reach out to you. Both.
Absolutely. Yep. You can email me and I'll reach back out to you. I would say the best email to reach me is Courtney Jones Care and Cure at Gmail.
Yeah.
But we also have info at CourtneyJonesCareandCure.org. So either way, I'll get it and we'll be in touch
All right.
and
So
do good things.
I'll put the website and the at Gmail one. If you ever notice when I post episode, try to put all the information in so people look at it. Okay, this way I can go do what I'm gonna do with it.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Now I hope you have a phenomenal rest of the day and weekend. Team fighting a good fight, doing awesome work. Appreciate you sharing. Anyone listening, please help. And want to thank Executive Director for Courtney Jones Care and Cure Foundation, Alisha Jones JD, for sharing this. And I hope everybody and you as well have a good weekend.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Till next time.
Till next time.